Okay, so welcome back yet again. So as an embarrassment of riches, I thought we'd take a look at another new model I received this week. The model in particular being the new Mini Art Focke Wulf 190 Dora 9. This boxing being a basic boxing, and it's listed as the Mimetal production. I presume there's a later one, there's a Cotbus production and other stuff. I have done a quick search, but I can't really find out what the difference is between Mimetal and Cotbus and other production locations were for the Dora 9. So skipping over that, this was a model that was released or announced in sort of mid-late 2025 and was released during March of 2026. I ordered one as soon as I could find one available in the UK. And I think this one came from E-Models actually. The price for the basic kit was £40. So it's sort of roughly on a par with the Thunderbolts that have already been released. You know, for a 48 scale single engine World War II fighter, I would call that sort of at the upper end of what is normal these days, especially as this is listed as the basic production one. But anyway, I've had a look inside the model already, so there is that. But I think it's actually, I don't have any problems with that price, and I'm happy to pay it. So this is the first new production Dora kit in 48 scale since, I was going to say the Edward kit from like 2010, 2011, but I think since then we've had the Hobby Boss 48 scale kits of the D-9, D11, D13, which are reasonable models. Actually, they're pretty good. They're very, very cheap. They've got nice surface detail, even if they don't have rivets or anything. There are some issues with accuracy, especially in the 11 and 13. But they build up quickly, and they're reasonably nice little models. However, this one is obviously definitely at the upper end of the scale in terms of quality. So without further ado, let's get in and have a look at what we've got in the box. So, nice piece of box art. As I said, this is the basic kit. So I can't show you the plastic bags because I've already taken it out of the plastic bags, but let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 10 grey sprues and 1 clear sprue. So I should say that yes, there are 10 grey sprues, but a good proportion of them are little, you know, basically small, what you'd call sub sprues. You know, there's a sprue there which is entirely, it's just a tiny little sprue with the cowling part on it. That's it. That's all that is on there. So I think it's fair to say that in terms of breakdown, they've broken it down into a lot of different sprues, which means they can pick and choose parts for any given kit. So let's have a little look at the main airframe parts. So each fuselage half comes on its own sprue, like so. One sprue here has got the lower fuselage insert. The other sprue has got part of the cowling there. Overall levels of detail are absolutely spectacular, I have to say. I'm hoping you can see that. Now, one of the complaints about the Thunderbolts was that some of the riveting looked perhaps a little bit heavy on it. And I think I've compared it to one of my Thunderbolts in the stash next door, and I think the riveting on this kit is actually a bit finer than the Thunderbolt. It really does look excellent from start to finish. The rivet detail on this, The panel lines are sharp and not massively deep, but reasonably deep. I quite like deep but sharp panel detail. It just makes it easier when you come to put a wash on. But the rivet detail is universally excellent. You've got a one-piece upper fin there, and the cut-off piece there for it to locate into. And like I say, this kind of breakdown means that potentially we've got 11s and 13s coming, which would require a separate fuselage half. And we've also got the advanced kit, which I think has got a separate cowling front and stuff. So they've really gone to town with the variants on this. So these are the wing sprues now. So there's a lower wing sprue with a section that the panel, that lower panel will go into. So I think you have to add the lower wing, then you'll add that panel. Various bits to drill out for various weapons fits and stuff. They're all, as you can see, they're all flashed over. The cannon ejection ports here, they are not hollow, they are actually flashed over. I quite like that. That means a little dab of black wash in there will make them look deep without being see-through. The upper wing is again the panel detail I really like, because it's sharp but quite deep, and all thoroughly riveted, and again the rivets are a little bit finer than the Thunderbolt, so that's really nice. One bit I was a little bit surprised about. For the first part, you've got a separate low leading edge insert here, which sort of cuts up into the fuselage a little bit here. Those are those inserts there on the fuselage sprue. And more surprising to me was the fact that the entire trailing edge here is separate. For that to with these parts here, which look like flap parts, but they're actually for the upper wing, and they will locate along this trailing edge here with a little cutout for the gun cover just there. Really odd breakdown, I thought, really surprising. I have seen my friend Robin's one in build, and it looks like it fits well, so it's not a massive issue, but it just seemed a bit odd to have that trailing edge completely separate. I don't know if it's something to do with the advanced kit, where it'll have obviously dropped flaps and stuff, but it's one of those little things that I think might need a bit of looking out for when you build it. One of the main sprues here, so you've got all the engine detail, because obviously the underside of the Dora 9, there was none that didn't have the centre cover to the wheelbase, so you could see the entire rear of the engine. That's all provided in the kit. Different styles of main undercarriage leg. All the control surfaces are separate on this. You've got cowl flaps are open and closed. It's just an entire undercarriage parts and cockpit wheel bay detail parts, exhausts, things like that. Undercarriage legs there shown at full extension, I think, which is something which will is kind of a bane of Focke Wulf 190s, I think, but it's not the end of the world. But it will require a little bit of research if you're building one, because you might want to cut and shorten those undercarriage legs. So another sub sprue here. You've got retracted and extended tail wheels, other interior detail parts, these half wheels here for the retracted undercarriage option, a choice of 3 different spinners, slightly different shapes and details, so I think we might be getting down to the differences between sort of Cottbus and mi-metal options now. Things like the seat here, there's one with seat straps moulded in, one's bare. Instrument panel and stuff, and wheels here. One style of wheel. I'd have to check. I don't know if there are multiple styles of Focke Wulf 190 wheel. They're in 2 halves. Just hopefully you can see the rear cockpit cowling, or the rear decking, I should say. Very nicely detailed, riveted. recessed detail rivets and part of the sliding mechanism. One sub sprue with a propeller on it, and I have to say the propeller is absolutely superbly moulded. It's actually razor sharp along the trailing edge, and it's not overly thick anywhere as far as I can see. So whereas I might be spending time sort of sanding and thinning prop blades down on a kit, this isn't going to need it. That is absolutely beautifully produced, so very, very well done to Mini Art. As I previously mentioned, that one sub sprue with just the cowling part on it. This is obviously the cowling with the twin guns. There's detail on the inside and outside, so I think that'll be common between the advanced and the basic kit. But hopefully that will. Again, I've seen my friend Robin Powell's built up one, and I couldn't see any issues with the fit. So I'm hoping that that's again going to be not a problem, shall we say? And a couple of sub sprues here. Again, I think there's a cluster bomb here. Various assorted different bombs for the centre line, and two different styles of drop tank as well. So a really comprehensive weapons set for a Dora 9, and another little sub sprue with what looks like entirely just engine parts with the turbocharger spiral and stuff to go on to detail the rear of the engine. There's a clear sprue here. Now the clear sprue only has canopies for the bulged style of canopy. There are two in here because they're different widths, because the Focke 190 canopy had a split down the centre line, and when it retracted back on the fuselage, it actually squeezed in as it retracted back because it was to match the rails. Basically, the rails thinned out as they went back because the fuselage thinned out. So rather than have the edges overhang, it was actually split in the middle and sort of thinned, squeezed in as it slid back. They've included both of those. I would rather they'd included both styles of canopy, the flat and the bulged. But obviously there's a kit en route that they've already announced that will have the earlier style of flat canopy. I just think it's one of those little bits that are not game, that they're not showstoppers. But I do wish they had included both styles. One of the oddities about this is that the canopy, or the windscreen I should say, part of the windscreen framing is moulded in with the fuselage, which gives you a very, very thin edge along the bottom of the side panels, the quarter panels here, which is just going to require a bit of care when you come to build it. I will probably use some black, some Mr. Hobby black glue, black liquid cement, so hopefully that'll stop any refraction and reflections up from the edge there. A really odd little design choice, less than ideal, I would suggest. So this contains the bear with me. This contains the instructions and the decals, so annoyingly sealed, so let's have a decal sheet here. There are, I believe, are there 2 or 3 options for colour schemes. There's 2 colour scheme options in the kit. Both made Germany in 1945, end of the war sort of period. There's no marking on here. There you go. These are Cartograph. So these are screen printed by Cartograph. So again, we don't really need to say too much about the quality. The quality is more or less locked in with them being Cartograph. There are swastikas included on this sheet in separate parts, so that it doesn't contravene some countries' laws on displaying that particular emblem. And yeah, the decal sheet is just absolutely superbly printed by Cartograph. All of the stenciled detail you can see is actually divided up into right, left, top and bottom, and tank and bomb, cockpit, and then other options, which is a really nice way of breaking up. Makes it really simple. You basically cut one part of this out and apply as you go. So really nice decal sheet with that. Instructions. It's big, but it's not that thick, but it's very nicely produced, I think. It's very full. It's quite busy, but I think if you just break it down and go a bit at a time, I don't think there will be any particular problems. So there are 24 stages covering assembly, and sort of like the detail on things like the stores and stuff is really nicely produced. The paint diagrams, really like that. A separate stencil diagram, and then two showing two different schemes. This one's got the light grey, is that 63 or something, and olive browny sort of colour top wings with 81, 83 or 81, 82. The arguments keep going about the late war greens, but anyway, light green and brown green fuselage with a very pale grey and brown green wings, and the second option is just the light green and browny green wings, and same for the fuselage with what would appear to be a late war style of 76, which is more or less RAF Sky. Both have Defence of the Reich bands on them, yellow and red. Yeah, very complete package. Let's put that away in a second. So that's the latest from Mini Art, their new Focke-Wulf 190 Dora 9 Mimetal production. I think it's immediately become the best 48 scale Focke-Wulf 190 Dora 9 on the market, and I highly recommend it. Hopefully there'll be other variants to come. We know the early variant is to come with the flat canopy and stuff. I don't know if that's Copus production or whatever. I don't know. Like I say, I can't really find what the differences are. But hopefully there'll be things like a broad-tailed late production one and Dora 11s and 13s to come in due course. The kit is certainly extensively broken down in such a way, just the sprue breakdown says that these will be not difficult to achieve if Mini Art decide that that's the way they want to go, and frankly, why wouldn't they? So that's the Mini Art Focke-Wulf 190 Dora 9 new release, just out in the last few weeks. I hope that's of some help to you, and yeah, I think it's value for money. I would highly recommend buying it if you're in the market for a Dora 9 in 48 scale.